Welcome back. We are now going back out to Tom.
He's at the AIDS Project at the Ozarks. What are you learning, Tom?
I'm learning something that at times when you use the word crisis, it's exactly the right word to use. Of course, Lynn Meyercourt is with me. I'm at APO. And Lynn, we were talking a little bit earlier. People hook together opioid crisis. That's not just bandying about a term. There's truth in that.
There is. We're not a place that really provides treatment specific to substance abuse disorder, but we obviously work with a lot of folks that come in for testing and that kind of thing that are at risk for opioid overdose. And I was doing a little bit of research recently, and right now in the state of Missouri, opioid overdose is the #1 cause of death for Missourians between the ages of 18 and 44.
#1 cause.
#1, not car accidents, which was what everyone thinks.
But I've got to back you up. You did a little research. What are your sources for those kind of numbers?
This is from the Missouri Department of Health, also from the Center for Disease Control.
Oh, so from two different sources
yes.
that we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So crisis is not to be taken lightly. It truly is.
Right.
All right, you don't treat with those types of things. How does APO dovetail with that?
Well, certainly over the years of the prevention work we've done, folks are a lot more likely to contract a sexually transmitted infection if they are impaired, whether it's alcohol, whether it's meth, whether it's opioids. That significantly increases your likelihood of getting an infection or getting HIV. So there's kind of a natural connection there, and folks that need to reduce their risk of getting sexually transmitted infection, also if they're using drugs, they need to reduce the risk of dying. So those are kind of a natural connection there.
Now, I'm trying to remember the term. There are measures. What is the word I'm looking for? The things that you are, go ahead.
Outcomes or harm reduction or
harm reduction. Yes, the harm reduction.
It's much less likely to, for folks that are using drugs and alcohol, they're much less likely to die if they're using marijuana versus opioids. And addiction is a tremendous struggle. And certainly the best way to not die of those things is not use any drugs at all.
Well, okay,
but
yeah,
for a lot of folks, that's not what's going to happen. Just like the best way to not get a sexually transmitted infection is to not have sex.
Yes.
But for
abstinence
some folks,
of everything you
right,
won't get.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no argument there. That's an established fact. Also, an established fact is a lot of folks aren't going to take that route, so they need other assistance and other tools.
Is APO then a decent starting point for people, at least to be able to, I don't know, recommend them or send them down the right paths?
We certainly have resources, and for the folks that are coming to our office for either medical care or HIV STI testing, if they make it known that they are struggling with a drug addiction, we will make Narcan available to them. And it's, just like there's tools in HIV prevention and treatment, there are tools now in overdose prevention. And the biggest tool is the medication Narcan that will basically reverse an overdosing situation most of the time.
But this is not something, you're not talking about it like a Band-Aid and, we can fix it and then don't worry about it.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what most places want to do that work in these sorts of situations, getting people the help they need is the ultimate goal. So they're not struggling with these addiction issues. But it's very difficult to do that.
Let's talk a little bit about the footprint APO has. When you give us the idea of the area that people can come from to avail themselves of your services and education too.
Sure. We cover 29 counties in Southwest Missouri. For our FQHC look-alike, we cover 10 counties, but we're going to serve whoever comes in the door. So obviously for grants and for reporting purposes, we serve a particular area.
Right, but you don't turn people away here.
No.
People want to get an idea of the services that you offered. the days and times that you're open. How do they keep track of what goes on at the APO?
We're on Facebook. I'm old, so I think we're on Twitter and Instagram, but I'm really not sure. But we also
If
have
you
a
Google,
website.
you just
we
have
have
to
a
Google-
website.
yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So either online or you can call us and we'll explain all our services to you. Either
All right.
way.
Lynn, always good to talk to you.
Thank you, Tom.
very much.
Appreciate it.
All right, back to you.
Thank you, Tom. Kimmy, lots of amazing resources that people can go check out and get information on concerning everything they talked about today. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
yes, great organization.